Another video in my series on ports, harbours and anchorages in the Southern Ionian. This time it's about Sivota. This is Sivota on Levkada's mainland, not to be confused with Sivota Island in the Northern Ionian. Sivota is a wonderful cheery harbour on the southeast of Levkada's mainland. It's just a few miles from Sea and about 7 miles north of Ithaca. It has a small harbour charm with big harbour facilities. It's easy to get into and we always end up staying longer than we had planned. The entrance to Sivota can be hard to see against the background hills, but once you get close the harbour entrance becomes obvious and navigation in is very easy. There are 4 possible mooring options in Sivota. The first is on the public quay. It used to be possible to go stern to on the public areas of the quay. A few years ago we tied up by the supermarket at the southern end. It was free, but there was no electricity or water. Sadly, that spot has been taken over by a pontoon since then. There do appear to be a few spots of public quays still usable, but they seem to have liverboards or long-term cruisers using them. So I suspect that the public quay is a thing of the past now for Sivota, unless you're a local. The second is pontoons owned and run by restaurants. These are free to use with free electricity and water, and with a bonus of a little man to help you tie up, but you're obliged to eat at the restaurant. These are great options for charterers, and many charter flotillas book these pontoons, the whole pontoon. The helpers who guide you onto the pontoon are very patient in helping with a wide range of levels of experience and competence. So they're an attractive option to safely tie up your boat with your pride, dignity and boat intact if you're short-handed or have any experienced crew. The third is the privately owned pontoons. Typically they're 30 to 50 euros a night with free electricity and water. And the fourth is anchoring. The holding is good once you break to the weed. It's free to anchor, but there's no water or electricity, but you do have your own private swimming area off the stern. This year, June 2022, we couldn't get onto any of the restaurant pontoons, so we anchored off. We found we liked it so much we anchored several nights, despite being offered a place on the 12 Gons pontoon. It's much more private than the pontoon being at anchor. It's cooler and tranquil. During the day, the wind tends to set in from the south. Then as the afternoon approaches, it switches to the north. The holding is good, but it's essential to get your anchor dug into the weed and silt for good holding. We saw on a Land 37 with a small Bruce anchor and a short length of thin chain spending over an hour trying to get their anchor to take during the late afternoon when it can gust up to 20 knots. We have a 25 kg Cobra and 70 metres of 10mm chain, which we find holds us well, even in only 5 to 8 metres depth. As a rule, the pontoons with the most enthusiastic helpers on them, who get your attention the quickest, are the private ones that charge. The harbour fills up quickly during the summer. It's always advisable to book the restaurant pontoons and indeed the private ones. For the most popular pontoons, it's best to phone and book several days in advance. Even then, you might not get a spot on the pontoon if that pontoon's been booked by a charter flotilla for that night. This north corner of Sivota has a tranquil and traditional feel to it. There's the Taverna pontoon and the newly refurbished private pontoon at the end. Top of the quay's a bit cluttered at the moment with these pontoons, the car park and the rubbish bins. Big supermarket here. Then the run of restaurants, all serving really nice food. These boats look like they've come alongside the quay here and tied up. There are very few places left now in Sivota where you can tie onto the quay. This does look like one of the spots. Assuming there's space, of course. Backing straight onto the restaurants. So the restaurants here operate a service where you can moor alongside here. This is 3 metres all the way along here. Of course you have to reserve, and this one is Spirula restaurant. It's got lazy lines, free water, free electricity, and of course there are showers and toilets. But of course you have to eat in the restaurant. Not that that's a problem. Food's delightful, location's brilliant. Now the next restaurant up has gone just a little better than that. Got a supermarket here. This one's very seasonal, only opens for a month or two. But this restaurant has got its own pontoon, and there's a man at the end to help you get in. See, it's pretty crowded at the moment. Again, you'd have to make a call to make sure that they had space. That's the restaurant name. And then there is the 12 gods. The 12 gods who won top 100 in Greece, 2018, 2019, 2020 and 2020. And the food is beautiful, absolutely divine. I mean, the Greek food is good, but it's another level. Lovely ambience. They have a happy hour here. They give you plenty of food and drink. And they've gone even better on their pontoon. They've got a magnificent pontoon here with a man on the end who's got an outboard who helps you. Little tender tug thing to bring you in, guide you in, perfect manoeuvres. As you can see, it's full.
Now, what's so wonderful when you go on holiday abroad is trying the local food, isn't it? And Greece doesn't disappoint. I'm here in Sivota at the 12 Gods Taverna. It's a fabulous place, wonderful food. And you know what? The extra fun bit is they've got all the chairs called after a different god. I'm standing next to Zeus here. And, I'm standing next to Chaos as well, the founder of the gods. And it's actually the owner of the restaurant.
Hello guys, welcome to Greece and enjoy your stay.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Some tourist shops now. Bakers, cocktail bar. This one tends to stay open quite late at night. And a few more bars and restaurants up there. We couldn't get into 12 Gods, which is our favourite spot, so we had to anchor off. So there we are. Lovely quiet spots, plenty of breeze, and come ashore in the dinghy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe and comment. If you have any additional information, please leave it in the comments section below so that we can all benefit.